If you're a man, you don't cry about it. You take life, the ups and downs. If you're a real man, you never go down, you just stay up. That's why this sport coat costs $800 and that costs $200. And I don't know what that costs, I'd be ashamed to wear it. That's why I'm wearing lizard shoes and a Rolex watch.
Importing it, snorting it, any competition extorting it, anything I want affording it, got enough crack to get four to hit, turn a saint to a sinner, lose to a winner, whether old school or upbeat, getting my shit's the best, Rick's the best, have your heart beating right out your chest, that Ric Flair like, woo! That Ric Flair like, woo! This is all I do, I got that Ric Flair like, woo! Woo! Styling, profiling, that Ricky make a girl go, woo! Big cause.
Manager, and he's like, oh, like, I'm going to meet you at the office tomorrow because my manager's never in at the office. And he's like, we're going to go to the Jays game.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I wake up, I drank 2-6. I'm like, I'm not going to the fucking office right now. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hungover as hell. So I messaged him, and he's like, dude, where the fuck are you, man? Like, everyone's here. Like, you know you have to be at the office fucking 3 days a week.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, I didn't want to bring my bag with my laptop and then bring it to the Jays game.
Yeah.
That was the excuse. Great excuse.
Yeah.
And then...
Because they check your bag, and I don't know what the fuck they're going to do.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
excuse. So I fucking make a sale that morning, fucking, and I'm in the clear. He's like, make sure you hit your fucking quotas for your calls and all that shit today. I did half of it, but I made a sale, so I said, fucking, I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
I get showered, I'm hanging out with Jared. I'm like, going to the office. I show up at fucking work, eat lunch, and then everyone just goes back to work.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what are we doing? Aren't we going to the game? They're like, nah, dude, we got to work for like another fucking 2.5 hours.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I'm just sitting there at work. And I'm like, they're like, dude, like, why are you not bringing, like, we said, like, we're going to a fucking game with us. Like, we're going to, like, a feature. Like, this doesn't mean it's a free pass. Like, you literally checked out of work at 10:30.
Yeah.
The game's at 3 now. I'm like, well, my excuse, I'm like, well, it took me an hour to get here.
Took me an hour to fucking...
So I just go down to the park and I just fucking grab beer because my work's like right above an LCBO. So I just go downstairs and I'm just fucking drinking beers in the park. And the window at my work is right there. So I'm just like imagining, I'm like, how many people are just seeing me drinking beers right now? Looking outside the window.
It's the funniest shit. But still, though, like I said, knowing now that you were in a tent city park, you kind of just blend in with like the flora and fauna and like the general scenery. Also, this, if you're recording, we should base a lot of this around Dave's work stories as a foundation because...
Dude, I want to hear about what we didn't hear about on the podcast, which is the hooker, the $60 hooker.
The hooker, also tell them about the
I need to hear
gaslighting
that.
scenario where you gaslit your entire office.
Dude, like twice at least during the when we recorded, I was like, you know what? I don't care if Dave's not here. Lewis, what's Dave's hooker story? Like, like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I want to hear it straight from Dave.
Well, it relates to work as well because he told his coworkers yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, the one I got robbed or the one that I went to Chinatown?
The one that you took a 2-hour train
no,
to...
3 hours.
3 hour there and back, or 3 hours? Was it 3 hours
6 hour
each way,
fucking
or?
day.
No, it was only an hour. No, it was an hour 45, so a little bit over 3.
Okay, so yeah.
And then I went back to Chinatown and I got another one.
That's
I didn't tell you
awesome.
that, yeah.
I want to hear about that. Yeah. That's funny as shit.
But I don't know, man. I just fucking, I don't know.
Well, I'll make a list too because Dave's also considering becoming a pimp, aren't you, Dave?
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that's another one too.
Discuss
Yeah,
this.
so I talked to this girl last night and fucking, I was like, are you going to be my little whore? And I told her I was going to fucking pimp her out for $300 an hour, and she's like, oh, I don't really want to do that, but I guess I will do it for you.
Oh,
And
God.
I was like, I'll give you $100. And she's like, okay, like, that makes you happy.
Oh, no.
And then I'm like,
That's
look at
terrible.
Charlize. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. I don't think I don't think my soul.
You gotta be soulless to do that.
Yeah, I don't think my soul can do that.
Also, I made a
But I was
point
high-
about
I was
how
high, though.
I don't want you infringing on any other pimp's territory.
Right,
I haven't
right.
even pimps showing up to my front fucking door.
Yeah.
That'd be a great bit. Like, make a skit, like two pimps that are trying to like have the same territory.
Except Hugh shows up in a car, and I show up on the subway to fight him.
You show up with Alex Provodani, like pulling it.
Yo, you might actually be the best pimp though, because you're not flashing your shit around town.
Right.
Like you're not even paying for the GO train. You're hiding in the crowd.
He's like a real pimp.
Yeah.
When you look at
dude,
real
no,
pimps,
we got
they're
in a-
scuzzy.
He's almost pimped himself.
They're not flashy and all that shit though.
We got in a real conversation though. I was like, no, you only have to do this for me once a week. It'll only be 4 guys a night. I was like, we got 300. I was like, that's 3 times 4. That's 1,200. I was like, $1,200.
He's doing maths
Like,
in front of us.
I was like, I'll give you.
Wait,
I'll give you 3. I was like, I'll give you 300 to
Crunching
400.
the numbers.
I was like, I'll give you 300-400.
Because all this sales shit is rubbing off on you now,
Yeah.
and you're into selling women on top of POS systems.
Logical step.
But actually, she was like down for it too.
Interesting.
Like, I'm not even like fucking joking. I'm being that serious. It's fucking brutal.
Wait, this was Chinatown.
No, the Chinatown one was fucking. I was so sad and lonely one night. I'm staying away from this crazy girl that fucking I just beat the court case with. Oh, yo, did I tell you that too, hey, Lewis? I beat that.
Did you cut out the part about him being sad and lonely and
Wait,
replace it with like
what
stoked as
court
fuck?
case?
I was
stoked
fucking.
as fuck
I
one night.
fucking. I was in fucking court since fucking October.
Oh yeah, Felicia.
For Felicia.
Felicia.
Yeah, for assault.
Assault.
Yeah.
Right. You might have told me this. I didn't realize it was a court case though.
Oh yeah, they'll charge you. They'll get you.
Damn. Is it one of those things where like the cops get caught and they kind of know the situation? And like, hey, look, this bitch is crazy.
No, because I had prior, so I had like with my ex, I had one there that I beat with her, the one that fucking stabbed me.
Shit.
And then I have a DUI, and then I have like
Right.
3 or 4
Assaulted charges.
no, but 3 or 4 drunk tanks. So they can see all that shit. So like,
Yeah.
you look like a bad fucking guy.
Yeah. Shit.
And so they took it pretty fucking seriously. Actually, I was like, thinking I was gonna go to jail for like 2 or 3 months.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was actually kind of serious.
Yeah, Dave, don't go to jail, please. You keep the rent low.
It would be Jared and this gay guy.
Yeah, right. I'll be stuck with this.
Did he
stupid
actually
communist.
say he was gonna have a drink with me this weekend?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was obviously fucking with you.
I was asking him to drink with me. This gay guy. I'm like, hey, Amber, put your wig on. You wanna have a group of drinks?
Oh yeah, because I told you that he gave you a pack of cigarettes as like a signal to say that he wants to drink and fuck.
Oh, he gave me that?
No, I lied about that too. I don't know how the smokes got there.
They were probably mine then.
Probably, yeah.
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, we live with a communist tranny. Who it's really interesting because, well, it's not interesting, it's actually stupid as shit.
Not the same thing as
because,
police
well,
or
it's a dude that calls itself a girl that's dating a girl that calls itself a dude.
Oh.
And it just doesn't, it just
Nothing
cancels itself
actually
out. Nothing's actually
adds
anything.
up.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening, yeah.
We're calling it all this
There's
shit.
no
but it's
girls
nothing.
here. Like,
It's just too
seems
ugly.
normal, I guess.
It's just two unfuckables fucking. That's all it is.
It's
Yeah.
a big roundabout. It's like,
At least
hey, this is normal.
At least they like you, man. Like, they are terrified of you.
I think he's pretty terrified of me too, because we had that one night where he was like, he wanted to like debate communism with me, and then he got onto the gender shit, and I was just like, all right, I'm going no holds barred here,
Yeah.
and I was actually really impressed with how well I was able to smack him down, because I didn't think I was that quick on the spot, kind of a thing, but I was like, shit, eh? Like, fuck
what did
yeah.
you say though?
Truth
What was
bombs,
the,
bitch.
What were the
Let's see here.
tools?
He brought up John Money at one point, and I was like, yeah, we're not using a pedophile to like back up a point, all right? If you want to do that, you can go ahead.
Wait. So he brought up John Money in like a positive
Yeah, in
light.
a positive way.
Yo.
Yeah. And when I mentioned the pedophile thing, he's like, yeah, well, I know there's some things. I'm like, no, it's all the things with John Money. So we're not going there. So, like, let's try something else. And he tried some other point because he's talking about how, like, genitals have nothing to do with, like, you know what I mean? Like, gender or sex, whatever the fuck. And he's like, well, if we cut off your head and put it in a jar like a Futurama guy, like, how would I know what gender you are? I'm like, that's so stupid. Just check the body. You cut my head off of a body. Like, why the fuck? But also, too, it just, like, I try to be empathetic with him, too, though, because I did try to make the point where it's, like, I'm not calling him stupid. I think, like, pharmaceutical industries are, like, preying upon him and shit. And there was one point where he talked about how hard it was for him to get hormones and shit when he was like
Oh
14
my
and shit like
God.
that. And I was like, well, good. Like, they shouldn't just give that shit to you. And I told him, I was like, what is the benefit of those drugs other than castrating prisoners, which is what they do with that shit? He's like, well, what if you go through puberty too early? And I said, and what's the damaging effect of going through puberty too early? He's like, I don't know. And now tell me what's the damaging effect of putting a kid on hormone blockers? Fucking everything.
Yeah.
Fucking pancreatic cancer, fucking turbo cancer, fucking everything. Your liver fucking explodes. Like, you're fucked. In fact, we don't even know the full scope yet because we haven't even been like running this gambit on kids long enough to see the full ramifications, right? Apparently we're finding out now that some of these kids are fucking, they're at risk of like early onset Alzheimer's and shit. Like, it's fucking, yeah, it's
I don't-
destroys
He's
you.
kind of a bad hang,
He's a really bad hang. That's one way to put it, man. That's
He's a
definitely
bad-
This person?
It's our roommate.
tranny roommate.
Oh,
And then
that
and
one.
then this fucking commie tranny writes down a couple of YouTubers that he recommends to me, and I know both of these people. And I'm like, okay, first of all, this one here threatens to kill himself all the time, and like gets caught lying all the time. And then the second guy here posts like studies to back up his point that actually refute his point because he never reads the studies, he just reads the headline.
Honestly, you
And
should
it's
just
like-
take this dude to like.
The
You-
desert.
Yeah, and just, oh Yeller! Oh Yeller!
That actually.
Dude, he just keeps in his room, man, and he
Yeah.
doesn't go anywhere near us.
Yeah.
I chain smoke in the living room and write poems,
Yeah,
and fucking Jared's in his room belting his heart out,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he's just like. That's what I imagine he's looking like.
Just
through the door.
shivering.
Yeah,
Pretty much. Well, I'm going, my child slave in the room right over.
yeah.
And Dave's like, I really want to kill my roommate.
No, Dave's literally
Have a
sitting at
poem.
his computer, repeating over and over again, I am not gay.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
am not gay.
Just over and
Yo,
over.
that- yo,
No,
that's
you're
like-
not, no man is gay.
That's my
No man
favorite.
is
That's my favorite bit of Dave's. That's
I'm
the, I am not
gay.
gay.
You know where I got that from? Fucking Bad Santa. You never watched that movie?
That's a good movie. Billy Bob Thornton.
When he pulls around the parking lot,
Yeah.
and then like my new thing, like I'll like piggyback up on it. I'm like, so what? Like after I say I'm not gay enough, and everyone's tired of me, I'm like, so what? You don't want to talk to me because everyone thinks I'm gay.
He is.
And then it just never stops.
I have that part where he's like behind a bar and it looks like he opened up his own thing, but he's really
Yeah.
just stealing.
Yeah,
And the guy's like, hey, get the fuck out of my bar. And he chugs like whatever. He just goes, fuck you. Like, I could relate to that scene so much.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
movie,
on the
though.
beach, when those beach cops come
I'm
around,
not
like,
gay.
hey, you have to pour that out. Like, all right, I'll pour it into my head. And then the shark's wife hates me because of that shit.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they met.
The shark's on the island though, right? So he.
No, we were at Wasaga Beach. This is where they first met,
Oh,
him and his
shit.
wife.
Oh my
And-
god.
Oh, so the
fuck's
beach
the
is like
shark?
special
Who's
to
the
her.
Yeah. And then, like, apparently, somebody,
Who the
like,
fuck's
a
the
cousin
shark?
of hers,
Who's the shark?
my buddy Vince,
Okay.
he's been on the thing, and like, apparently, she was talking to her cousin about, like, oh, who's that guy from the beach or whatever? And, like, you mean the guy who chugged
Guy
the beer?
from
And
the
he's like,
beach.
who was me? He's like, no, he's a jerk. And she was referring to Vince. She was interested in him, but the friend thought, or the cousin thought it was me. And she's like, no, that guy's a fucking ass. Like, I don't want anything to do with him.
Oh, someone rang the buzzer.
Oh, Private Prescott.
Oh.
I'll get his ass.
Gonna go get it.
Chicks love assholes though, buddy.
Yeah, they do. They certainly
Not the good ones, not the ones you want. But.
Yo, we saw like the weirdest gay couple today driving over here, dude. Or one of them was like a kid. Like one of them, like it was straight up like pedophile.
Many such
Yeah.
cases.
Daddy boy,
It was-
daddy boy.
Well, okay,
Grandpa
yeah.
boy?
At first,
I
I'm like,
know, I
maybe
know.
this is just a weird father and son thing where they're
fuck,
holding hands like
stop.
crazy. But then he started touching his face, like their schmutz kind of thing.
Aw.
Passion getting all close and
Jared, you
The
missed the
dad
best
one?
point. The sweater.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what-
yeah, he had the sweater around his shoulders and shit.
The boy.
Yeah, and then dude, there was this big manhole in the ground, and they both just stopped and stared into it, like
What?
Oh yeah.
thinking about each other's
you know,
assholes.
yeah. No,
That's
yeah,
so
no.
funny.
That's not what you're like.
That's
Yeah,
what
they're thinking about
actually
something
fucking
gay
happened.
about.
Like,
He stared into a man's
Yeah.
hole.
Jared, I love you, buddy. Fuck, we always have a good time, man.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
We're
But
always-
Dave got really angry about the gay guys to the point where I regretted even like pointing them out. I was like,
No, it wasn't because
No,
they were
but-
gay. They were just fucking. They bugged me because it was like, you're not genuine. Like you're so
nah,
genuine.
Dave, you know why, bud.
You're lying about being gay.
You know why.
No, but it was
Oh
just
no,
like,
this guy's gonna struggle with. Who's this?
Oh, this is Prescott.
I don't think I know this.
Yo, how's it going?
That's good, brother.
What's
up,
up,
back
buddy? I'm
here?
Jared.
I think we met before. Prescott, nice to meet you.
We may have, but I'm retarded, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Prescott, this is Dave MacInnis.
Nice to meet you,
and,
buddy.
I think we met before as well, man. What's up, brother? This is Shaw, my wife. I'm not sure you've met
I
Shaw
don't think we've
before.
met.
I remember when we did. We met at Lee's.
Okay.
No, remember that show that only you and I showed up with, and we were selling the merch?
Poor-
No one else was there. That's when we met. Oh, nice.
Poor
Yeah.
Prescott came
Well-
in, and everyone's like,
No, I'm gonna do you guys one better. You guys know before. I don't know any of you guys. Like, I don't know. We're recording the podcast, by the way.
Just watch the
right now?
microphone thing
Yeah,
there.
on
Yeah,
that.
watch the microphone there.
Oh, I'm good, bro. I got one right
That's
here.
fine.
Good, thank you.
I already got one. Go. I can still those in
I
the
only
fridge.
have
if you
one
want.
tip for you.
Yeah.
Remember to take your shoes off in
I
an
didn't know
Asian
we were
lady's
recording.
house.
Delete it.
Yeah, that's all
That's
you
kind of
need
the best
to
way
know.
to
Shar, would you mind if I grab some water?
Oh yeah, let me get you some.
Thank you, I appreciate
Okay.
that. Thank you very much.
Do you want
Where? Is it in the fridge?
I would love
Yeah.
to.
Yo, wait,
Yeah,
Shar,
only
before
if we have extras,
Shar,
if not, I
before
already
you
used the
inside,
water.
hey,
Yeah, I
Lewis,
got,
Shar,
thank you, bro.
Beer.
would you guys
Oh wait,
mind-
I got one right here. I'm good.
Hey,
I'm
what's
good.
up? Would you
Water.
guys
Yeah,
mind
'cause
if
don't
I
make it
live
dirty
here?
already,
Because I
so.
can't stand this cunt that goes
You have to live in a tent,
Yeah,
and then you have to go. You have to
Yeah, you
shower.
can live right
You have to
there.
shower
You
and
think
shit
that
at the
deters him?
gym.
You think that deters him? Do you actually think?
No,
No,
He'd
no,
love
no.
that.
He's
There's no
sleeping
room,
on a
there's no
slanted
room,
bed because
no.
the two legs are like
Only-
broken on
Shut
one.
up. Yeah, because I fucked
Only
this
if
fat
you
chick.
change
Yo, I fucked this fat
$1,000.
chick in my bed and
You
I
fucked
broke my
your shit
bed.
up?
So now I sleep
$1,500
like this.
That's really, really funny.
I'm like, is he actually living like this? Why don't you just get some books?
Dude, don't give my wife any ideas because she's seeing dollar signs. She wants to be like a fucking Chinese slumlord. Oh yeah.
You'll laugh now, but
You gotta
secretly,
tell-
it's also a really bad job.
Oh hell yeah. We're recording another pod tonight.
Oh okay.
Sanker has to fuck off, but we want to be one ahead, so. we'll
Yo,
just leave
Prescott, what do you do, man? What are you into, man? What are you about?
That's his classic question.
There's
no,
just
fuck,
layers to
I-
where that question.
So what's your deepest, darkest desire? I don't want to beat around the bush here. Let's get down to
Like if
give me
nobody
an
was watching, like what would you like to do?
Well, kind of, in a way.
So I work in the arts,
Okay. Cool.
but I'm not somebody who's like a
Don't
front.
we all?
But I'm not somebody who's ever been like a front stage person. Not because I'm not stage fright. I have no stage fear, but it's just I'm not a
Yeah.
performer. Whether that's comedy and anything.
cool.
But I
Lewis.
like the arts, and that's why I go to comedy
He
shows all
works
the
for
time.
TIFF, or he worked for TIFF.
Oh really?
He has a lot of TIFF.
Do you have your
contacts.
monkeypox vaccine yet?
Yeah.
I'm going back to hot dog session too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they called me back last week. They're
Oh,
reopening.
good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
When does that start?
They're reopening the cinema next month, so I'm gonna start with them in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then there's a job I applied for at TIFF actually, but it wasn't for the festival. They're
Jared,
hiring for it for after
Thank
the
you so
festival.
much.
So I've heard.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we'll see with that too. That'd be really cool.
That's cool, man. So what do you do? Exactly.
I've done a lot of different things in the arts. Like I've done like operational work. I've done
For a second.
business
Smoke like
development,
nothing else.
like fundraising type work. I've done a lot of ticketing work. Like I grew from ticketing.
Yeah.
And I also worked in programming as well, a little bit.
How do you know these fucking losers?
Well, the thing is, I can see talent from a mile away.
So I mean, how do you know these fucking losers? Exactly.
Wait, what?
No,
Why are you here?
Yeah.
No, I grew up with Lee, and I've been going to comedy bar and like shows for like over a decade.
Oh, that's
So like yeah. Like I know the comedy scene pretty well.
I'm making a documentary called The Downfall of Lee.
It is.
It'll
So-
premiere at
Hey,
TIFF.
what?
I don't know anything about it.
No, so you guys know the
News to
comedy scene
me.
pretty well.
That'd be great.
I guess like, him and I, because I mean he was doing it from the jump, but like I started when I moved downtown. It was like 2013, was when the original Bucket Show with like Jared Campbell and them was going at Comedy
Okay.
Bar. So that's
5 for 5?
no, it was just, that was just the original Bucket Show. It was like Jared.
okay.
Who's the other host?
It was like the pro open show.
Yeah,
and the bucket show at the end.
It's the one that they have now at
Burrito,
11:30,
The
but
little
it-
Asian, the little Spanish guy.
Yeah.
But it was much earlier. It was like 10 o'clock at the time, and that was like the like open mic show in the city back then, because that was before the corner even opened, and then Joe started his thing.
Yeah.
Joe opened, I think it was like 2015 or 2016.
It all started at the comedy bar, which was
yeah,
cool.
Comedy Bar back then.
Yeah, was Comedy Bar not
Comedy
gay
Bar was
yet?
cool
Oh, it
back
was
then.
amazing.
It was
Yeah.
great.
So-
And then all the
It's always
wokey
gay
shit
to me.
happened, and then they took
And
over.
it was taken over by
It was
woke,
taken
not
over.
created by woke.
No, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was the best.
How long has Comedy Bar been there for? Actually, I've never bought
I think it's about 15 years. 'Cause I think,
Yeah.
like 2013 was when I remember going there. So that's, we're talking 11 years from then.
Yeah.
And I know it had been open a few years then, because I remember at the time, and I think they still do it, they had this crazy Christmas party every year. And like,
Yes, I went to
New
one
Year's,
of those.
right?
Yeah.
Well, no, it was
Dude,
Christmas.
You know what? You know what though? You know what happened? You know, and here's the thing.
The boy
and I remember it was like the third year, like the fourth year when I started. I was like, I
Yeah,
went
the
to one
Boyd
of those.
Banks thing, but also too so I went to one of these Christmas parties, okay, and they had a bake-off,
By the
and
way,
I was
the,
like,
the
I
fact
want
he
to be
like
in the bake-off.
molested a reporter makes him a hero.
Yeah, well, he like.
We should all be
licked him, yeah.
celebrating that.
Here's the thing, so I entered the
molested a
bake-off at
male
Comedy
reporter.
Bar, right? That's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If you remember Shanty Marikostica, the tranny,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
cut
yeah.
off her tits and shit like that. So she was running the Bake Off, and I really wanted to win this Bake Off. When I entered, I wanted to fucking win some beers. It was like free beers and shit, right? So I baked these cookies. I got Oreo cookies, and I covered them in cookie dough and shit like that, and put chips in them and food coloring and all that shit. And I made these insane Christmas cookies, all right? So I put my baked goods in there and shit like that, and I was like, all right, I'll just wait for the Bake Off to begin, kind of a thing. And like a couple hours went by, and I'm like, I'm not hearing about this Bake Off. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, hey Shanty, when's the Bake Off? She's like, oh, you won! I'm like, what? And she's like, you win! Here, have all the beer! And she just hands me a giant grocery bag full of like all these beers and shit like that. Which like on one hand was nice, but on the other hand, like, I already knew she was like a sociopathic tranny piece of shit prior to that, but this confirmed it to me by basically rigging the Bake Off, or rather forgetting about it altogether, and just giving me beers that could have very well have been someone else's beers. You know what I mean? Because I don't really feel like I made the best baked goods, to be honest.
It was so much fun. Like, so back then, like, that was the spot, and then I think the show still runs. Like, is Imperial Pub still going?
No.
Well, not comedy, but it still exists.
Yeah,
Because they used to have mics back in the day there that were really good.
Yeah, those are fun.
I know. I wanted to see if I could put on a fucking like a little music ting there. Actually, I wanted to look into that. Some shit.
But now, like, again, like, it seemed like I found, because so I moved back here mid-COVID when things were still kind of in that, and you guys could probably relate as much to this as anyone, like, we'll accept you guys but not them, and they won't accept that. Like, there was this whole weird kind of like scene in Toronto where certain comics couldn't go to certain like spaces, and then all of a sudden within a year it seemed like 4 comedy spaces all shut down, right? Like the Royal went down,
Royal,
nothing
the
fancy went down,
Underground.
Underground, like it just, there was too many places opened at
My
once.
show went down, but I ran it for 3
Well, the
and a half
Royal
years.
was mismanaged like a motherfucker too.
Oh my God.
Like really seeing the inner workings of that place, and like really just seeing like how Matt ran, or like rather didn't run
Mismanaged
the
by
place.
me as well.
Like, the whole thing was
For
like
like
a
a few
damn
months.
shit show, dude. A damn shit show.
That was
yeah.
so
It was
stressful,
fascinating.
though,
It was so fun, though. No, but it was sad.
It was cool to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
that
my
little
God.
period of time, complete retardation.
It was
Where,
that,
like this
and it was
big
funny to
man
see.
baby had millions
You know,
of
there's
dollars.
like mustard and stuff on it.
Yeah, buddy, thank you. I brought a tomato from my garden if you want to cut that fucker up.
You'd have these
Come on,
comics
some
you could
bitches.
tell had never been in there before, kind of like looks like scouting the place, looking around. So funny.
They had some headliner who I've never heard of
thank you so
before.
much.
At the
Actually,
Royal?
so
Get
Yeah.
some,
Yeah, that's probably when I had
condiments
my
of that.
paintings on the wall there too, so
Oh,
they would
it's
see
either
dicks
dry.
and penises.
Get some
And they'd be like,
mustard
what
on
the
it or
fuck is
something.
going on?
So actually, you guys can appreciate this. I was at Keys last week.
No.
And there were 2 comics that came up from the States, one from Chicago, one from Denver. And the guy from Chicago was telling me that the Second City there still does mics. Whereas the one here, since they closed their spot on Blue Jay Way and now have their new one that's on the waterfront, Second City doesn't do anything that's comedy, like stand-up related now. It's all improv.
Too risque.
Well, it's weird because at least like Chicago does it, but here doesn't.
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah.
And you're surprised, like, oh, he's like, yeah, they do mics twice a week in Second City, Chicago. You guys want?
Oh no, thank you.
I'm good there. You know why, man? Because Canada has no soul.
Yeah, Canada does suck ass for that, man.
We have no soul.
I'm heading out to Nashville in November, and I was looking at just like, you know, shows and mics and all that kind of shit, and it's really fucking amazing like how they run their shit down there in the States, because they even have an app for every state in the fucking USA where you can find open mics in different cities and places like, I mean, and it makes sense for a place like Nashville because they're a music city.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know. At the same time, I wish they had a little more out here, man. Whereas, like, they have like Friday night and Saturday night, like open mics.
Yeah,
you
see,
know what I
that's the
mean,
thing
with
Toronto.
actual
Our mics are all
audiences
weekend.
and
We
shit.
don't have a lot of weekend mics.
Yeah,
here.
and that's where I feel like real opportunity
There's
is,
none.
because
There's
actual
none,
motherfuckers are out there, right?
There's Sunday nights, but there's rare spaces.
The
that have
music
Friday.
open mics are so sick as well.
They are
like,
cool, though,
the
yeah.
kind of spaces that they run, whatever that content day place is.
Yeah.
So
Content is
sick.
good.
They have like a really cool model where it's like $10 to enter. Like if you're an audience or you're a comic or
Bar
no.
Cathedral used to run one.
Yeah, but it's a bad space for like performer. I think Bar Cathedral.
I don't know. I like it.
It's like a weird. It's too weird and open.
It's weird because for the first like 20 minutes, you're like, why are there kids running around from the restaurant?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that part of it.
I like drinking in the bar next door, Scotland Yard. That's kind of my local. Actually, I like drinking there. But yeah, the music open mic's interesting because they have like it's like a weird sort of industrial space. $10 in, and then they you can buy your performance like set as well, like the video and the audio, which is professionally recorded, and they sell drinks as well. So they have like 3 streams of revenue, which they bring out a good crowd, and it's like it's a cool space.
You know, a lot of ones I've done actually have good crowds and shit. Like
yeah, the music open mic thing is just so much.
The one I did in Burlington was really
different.
dope ass. That one was crazy. People just went nuts, just
Burlington,
anarchy
yeah.
kind of shit. Yeah, it was
There's a
dope.
couple things that like Toronto has a good scene, but I feel like the comedy wise, there's a couple things missing. Like weekend open mic, definitely one of them. I also feel like it's gonna sound weird to say this way. One of the spaces, whether it's lab, comedy bar, like even like Joe could do it at the corner, should host something where it's like, because you guys go to Keys often? I know you do, but you guys don't go there very often, right?
I used to.
Keys.
Yeah. There should be a spot where it's like a green room scene for comics, where it's almost like a happy hour just for comics to have and chill and shit on each other in a green room. Like they should do so like almost like a Friday night from like 3 to 7.
That kind of is like just in the green room at shows.
Right, but you do it before a show. So like one of the spaces like
No, you mean like film it?
No, but like say like Lab is like their first show is like 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You entice comics to go there and you say there's a happy hour at Lab from 4 to 7. Right? So it's before their actual show, but it makes it so that when people are walking by, the place seems much busier than it is. And all you're doing is you're getting comics that are coming into your space more often.
I don't know. I think, me personally, man, like, I think in this country, there's a lot of very talented people here, but we have this fucking
Where they all leave because there's nothing
thing.
here.
Exactly.
We're
We have this thing, like, in Canada, where, like, we're all in this together. And it's like, if you try to go outside of that box, like, oh, you can do this, this,
The
and
barbecue
that.
cover.
But if you try to do anything differently, people are like, well, buddy, hold on here for a sec. What are you really doing here? You know?
Well, people are annoying.
Yeah, why are you trying to get out the mud with where
Like,
we
you
are?
actually have to leave, and like, you do, like, you're not appreciated really here.
Well,
You have
people
this-
are like. Here's the thing about
I know
people
you're
is
proud,
that
right?
let's say this podcast goes
He's
big.
like, I guess
Let's say Goblin Hour
retired.
becomes huge.
He's coming back on
Think of all the
Wednesday to
people
put on a
that
show
in
a
this
pub.
scene detested what the fuck it was, and
Getting
once
more
it
scared
blows
of
up, they're like,
that.
"Hey man, I always thought it was
Yes,
funny," like,
yes.
and then they
Yeah.
start like jumping on it when because they're opportunistic leeches.
Of course,
And it's very
yeah.
shameless bandwagoning because
Yeah.
like they're shitting on the concept would be less than 24 hours
Yeah.
prior to them jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh, it's
So like,
fucking
oh,
lame
fuck off,
until it's
you know?
successful.
Yeah.
Once it's successful and you can see your little opportunity,
Yeah.
that's when you're gonna go like, I love Gino.
Well, dude, it
Goblin
was
Hour
so
is
much,
gra-
so
Fuck
much
yeah,
that with Jared.
I'm gonna
Nathan,
remember
dude.
you.
I
Yeah.
remember like people would get
Call it
mad at him for
Gino.
saying
No one calls it that.
people would get mad at him for
Only
saying the
real
word like
insiders do.
retard and shit like that. People would
You know,
give
you
that
know.
guy shit.
If you know,
like,
you know, Gino.
Dude, people would give like Jared Nathan shit on like T-Suck and get mad at him for saying retard and shit like that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he gets mentioned on like Kill Tony or Joe Rogan. Whatever
Oh,
the fuck.
he's
And,
the
like,
darling
I've
of
always
the
loved
comedy
him
scene,
so much.
yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's my favorite little Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, exactly.
People were so mean to him. People
Yeah.
were so mean.
Dude, some of them
And that
are
was
still mean to him.
Dude, I remember the sound guy at Comedy Bar literally made fun of him for being retarded.
No.
Like, straight up, the social justice fucking
Dude, that
Alex
guy,
Squire
that guy
guy.
Alex is a fucking. I hate that guy.
Which
Yeah,
one?
he's a fucking
Alex
dweeb,
Squire.
Alex Squire.
He's
I
the
don't
sound.
know, a mad
The
leader.
sound guy shouldn't have a fucking opinion on anything.
The sound guy shouldn't even have a name.
Yeah, right. How do I know his first
You're just a
and second
sound
name?
guy.
First time I heard
pussy.
that fucker's
Right?
name, yeah.
God, he was
I
the
get
most
the
like
fuck
fucking
outta here for that.
pro-vax retard
Oh.
I've ever come across.
They're all shit.
Retard. He's a fucking retard, mate.
He's a retard, right? The other day, right? I remember this retard.
Listen, right?
So he works for sound. You hear this? You're fucking retarded. right?
Listen,
It was
right?
funny. Keith today, I go there, he's like, hey, he's like, I'll play it. He's like, I'm sure you something. Brings me upstairs.
So me
He's got
and
merch
me
now.
are grabbing
He's got
bags.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he was about to give me one, but it fit me, but I was like, it was a large. I was like, I can fit in the large. I was like, I like my hoodies bigger.
My
Those-
girlfriend, her
those the
brother
first time
makes
I
like
ate
sweaters and
4
shit like that. Like, he prints stuff on them.
Yeah.
For no
We're gonna get some
joking.
G&O hoodies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, Key had a box. He had 5
You want
hoodies.
another one?
First time I
Yeah.
ate today.
And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, just give me an extra
No, I
large,
ate
and I got
for
you. He's like,
one.
yeah. And there's some comfy.
You ate
Oh
good,
my
man.
god.
I'm
You
good.
ate
Comfy
yesterday.
as shit. I want a Key's fucking
No, I
hoodie.
said I
Yeah,
ate
he's
yesterday.
got T-shirts and he had
Yeah.
hoodies.
I want a hoodie.
Yeah. Because now I'll have a
I
corner
didn't
one and
realize
I'll have
I
a Keys
didn't
one.
Until I started eating.
You gonna finish that? Oh no, that's
Corner one isn't a hoodie though. It's just kind of a long
I
sleeve,
can
which
say that.
I mean
You
I'll
wanna
rock
eat?
it in the winter, but
Yeah, I can take it.
I
Long
love-
sleeves
I-
okay.
yeah, I love
You
hoodies
enjoy
though.
it?
I'm really eating. Yeah, thank you.
They're so cozy, man.
There's a couple I've been looking at because I still want to get. I was like, I need to buy something since the Celtics won. Like, I need something to commemorate like the championship. But I think, I'm out on jerseys now. I don't want to buy more jerseys,
Yeah.
so I found this wicked hoodie. White. It has him holding the trophy.
You
the
ever learned that
leprechaun.
hoodies are cozy? I know we all know that, but I only learned that they were working an office job.
Oh
when
my
I'm just
God.
sitting at my desk with the hood
Oh my
on,
God,
just
dude.
sitting there waiting for a call.
And you always have
It's
to buy
the
a
best
hoodie
feeling. I don't know why.
at least one
I
size large.
forget that I'm working.
Minimum.
I just like laying there.
No, it's like a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just wraps around.
It's a blanket, man. You can wrap it around.
You know, I'm actually kind of fucked up. You know how like girls always steal their boyfriends like hoodies? Actually, I've always stolen my girlfriend's hoodies. I have like a bunch of girlfriends
actually
hoodies.
so
And they're always
Because
too
they're
big
nice
for
and
you.
small. No, they're tight like a
So
tiger.
No, I've done the same. I've put on girlfriends something like a thing,
Oh,
and it
shit.
fits perfectly.
Right, you
It
put
was
on
a
their
bit too big
bra
for
and their
them.
makeup, and you go, "Wow, I'm you now. I'm just gonna take off your skin and
Yeah,
wear
I don't need you.
and become you."
The world doesn't need you anymore.
So,
Jared-
oh fuck me.
Yeah.
Jared keeps all his stuff in like my living room that
On my excess. That's my excess.
or like
my
his
one-off
extra stuff.
That'd be great to put on your girlfriend's shit while she's
so,
at work. Take a video
one
of
day-
you doing the Buffalo Bill,
Yeah, but one day,
and then just send it to her.
Send me a TikTok dance back.
no, but listen,
You start
I'd
trending, she gets so
fuck me.
pissed.
Would you fuck me?
American
Wearing her
girl.
bullshit? Hell yeah.
Yo, shut up! Listen to this. This is funny. So, fucking Jared, I find one of his shirts in my room. And it was,
Dave has the talking stick now.
it was a good Jimi Hendrix shirt, and I went to go put it on, and I was like, Jared won't know if I take it if I just like leave it inside the house. And I put it on, and then it just like stopped halfway on my belly.
Why was that?
I just took it off and just put it back on this pile of clothes.
It bothered you?
And I knew you put it on because there was tit dirt
You
on
don't
it.
really focus usually, right? Like, usually you're backing onto somebody else.
No, and like, yeah, it's just like, it's good because it's not on the park. We don't want
I'm
that.
not gay.
And then it's just
Oh, you don't like the park?
No, there's
I was just hanging out there.
There's a tent.
I was gonna invite them over.
Dude, I hate the park. It's,
No,
it's
that's
the
okay.
bane of my existence.
No, I know,
that
I'm
fucking
fucking with
park. Every single morning on the way to my job, I just see this like,
This pile of shit.
Am I gonna
and I'm like,
human
well,
beings.
better go to work.
Am I gonna have the flames thrown at me on the way to work?
Were you just holding your dick loose?
No,
Nar.
I was like,
No.
I was holding my front
So,
front part.
This is your mic for the pod? It's pretty high tech.
yeah, it's
Oh,
a
is it-
Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Picks up all this scraping noises.
That's not- I was gonna say, that's not
in the
Sanker's
vicinity.
Oh, what's happening? Are we recording?
Yes.
We've been recording.
I didn't know that.
We've recorded for
been the pod the whole
32
time.
minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're almost halfway there.
Awesome. Oh, that's amazing.
Probably come out bad.
Dude, so you mean 30 minutes have gone by?
It's gonna come out really bad.
That's great.
No,
That's how
no,
podcasts should be.
No, it'll come out fine.
It's gonna come out really bad.
Fucking
He
like.
wants to do the least amount of work possible.
Sure. Yeah. I do actually.
You mean that was content? Oh my god.
Like, hell yeah. I have to do nothing for another week.
Another comedian's job. Well done.
Dude, even when we were doing Hate Hunt in the backyard, there'd be people already in the backyard while I'm still in my bedroom, like half nude, just fucking relaxing. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this fucking open mic.
I'll go do the one thing
It's
I
my
wanna
own
do.
backyard, and people are there before me.
I was with Ben Albert at Ali Maui last week. Ali Maui was raving about it. He's like, that was the best open mic in the city for like a year straight.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
And I
that
didn't
was
realize,
fun as shit.
like,
I
he was
loved
raving
it.
about it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize because like,
I smashed a guitar at Hayden.
Ben Albert had never
I
been.
fucking told, you know what I said to Lewis today? I was like, fuck it, you know what I like about Jared? He destroys everything.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't care. Like, I saw that footage with you at the club, and he's wearing some nice suit. And then he's in the fucking ditch. Like, I'm like, holy shit. Like, you don't give a
like,
fuck. Like,
that was
great.
like He was like smearing because like for some reason we had bottle service and these like girls brought out this like thing that was like all lit up, and then they brought out pizza. And then they brought out like donuts, and then like Jerry got the pizza and started smearing it on himself.
He was calling the Asian bottle service girls niggers.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't. He wasn't calling.
No, I wasn't calling anybody. I was just testing the waters.
You're just screaming it.
No, he was just screaming the word at the top of his lungs because it was
so great.
It was like 99%.
And then some Asian guy went to feed me pizza, and I bit his thumb.
I've got that video as well. He bit my thumb. He bit my thumb.
Oh my god.
Yeah, didn't somebody hold donuts in front of me and I just smeared my hand in the donuts and then just walked off?
Yeah.
It's just destructive shit. I like it.
Not the place where they're throwing bags.
It's good and it's bad. It's good and it's bad. Yeah, that was at the apartment. That's when they were throwing bags.
Oh, you devoured that dude's stuff.
You bit my finger!
Send me that.
No,
this is
blackmail material.
This is property of Lewis Moulds talent management.
Yeah, exactly. And when I don't pay up, right to Big Daddy fucking Lewis. That's what he's got there.
That's what he makes me call him.
Yeah,
Big Daddy Lewis.
It's forced upon me.
Is this? Wait.
That's the tarp.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I moved it so I could sit if I want.
oh yeah. It's gonna melt on the fucking grill.
Yo, did Keith
I
say
left it
why
on
he
there.
wasn't doing the show tonight?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was
Yo, Prescott.
Sorry?
Why is the show canceled?
He said not too many tickets were sold, and he needs a legendary audience for his performers. Respect.
You know, I always thought that it was always half sold and tickets are going fast.
Yeah.
According to his IG post.
Well,
I believe everything I read on
But he said he was all sold.
yeah, he's like, I have to make sure like a minimum standard, you know.
He said
of
tickets were
audience.
running
Oh, good for him, man. Fucking,
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Good for him because most other places will just kind of let it go. I think he had a streak of from what I've seen, at least 6 months for an open mic of always having tickets sold.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
Do you remember Matt at the Royal? We would text before heading over there to see if it was worth it.
Yeah,
to go to
sometimes
work.
it just be
And we'd be like,
fucking
how many
shit.
tickets did you sell? He said, some, but not many. We're like, well, how many? Some. And that would be his only response. We're like, God damn.
He did it.
dude."
I went to it.
And then it'd be none.
He did an
Sometimes you just
improv
go
show
and
on
it'd be, like,
Saturday,
empty.
completely out of the blue. I think he sold 11 tickets
Sure.
for an improv show in that place. It was amazing.
So pack the house.
Yeah.
11 tickets.
No, but there was also people. There was friends of ours too. There was people there, but 11. Cause
How many can fit in
I
Keith's
think-
place?
I
I
think
don't have
people
friends
20.
who do improv.
No, but it's
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we don't have friends who do improv.
No, we should
Actually,
bring
no.
down Keys' Comedy Club.
Dave Seeley was one of them.
I'm not friends with Dave Seeley.
No, but he was there. I'm saying you know who he is. He was.
I know he is.
Yeah.
Yo, Prescott, will you use Station Nightclub, Keys' Club for us? You know what that means, right?
No,
Set
so
it
I'm
on
gonna say
fire,
no.
Set it ablaze.
No,
Set
hell-
it ablaze.
No,
buddy.
Fabian
They
already
got
tried.
no fire code.
Fabian
Let's
already tried.
expose
Fabian
him.
tried.
He's putting his audience in danger.
Fabian set off the fire alarm before he showed up.
Yeah. Fabian was smoking his vape or whatever, his weed vape, and right above him was the fucking fire alarm. Straight vape smoke right into it.
Keys?
Yeah. And then vacuum.
Surprised that place even has a fire alarm.
They didn't have a
It's for
flushing
the other
toilet for
businesses,
the
not
longest
his.
time.
It's like beeping throughout the performances.
I just picture Key up there. Yo, it's good people.
It's all good playing.
It's all good, doggy.
It's all playing. Sit down. It's all good.
No refunds, dog. No refunds. Hey,
I was
so
playing.
I thought it was $20 Canadian, but apparently it was $60 USD.
USD?
Some shit like that. Yeah, it's so funny. Or no, it'd be 20 USD, and then we'd end up paying 40 something Canadian. Yeah, it's so fucking
that was
funny.
the funniest
You got
thing.
scammed, dog.
Yeah.
I caught on.
Yeah.
I saw that. It was so funny.
You got scammed.
One time he told me he was gonna hook me up for a haircut. I'm like, oh really, man? That'd be nice. He's like, yeah, bro, I'll hook you up good, man. $60. And I'm like, where's it at? And then it was an hour and a half away from me. He was like, yo, you need a fresh fade or no?
Yo, but didn't you travel that far for a hooker who never existed?
Yeah.
Also for $60.
Yeah,
Her name
but
was Key.
it wouldn't have dude, that's a different story, Jerry.
I
When
gotta
was
hear that
bank-
fucking story.
When I was banking, I was waiting.
Oh shit, we haven't told that story yet. Right?
What happened with the 2-hour
Mystery
joyride?
hooker.
Yeah. What was that?
The
Like,
bait and
how'd you get
switch.
fucked over?
That Jared told you
Oh,
was a
it was
bait
all
and switch
fucking-
before you embarked upon the bait and switch.
Oh, because I'm a fucking loser. What did happen? Oh, I was sitting. Oh, okay, so I'm tangled up with this fucking really crazy girl right now,
Yeah.
and
She's the one you want to pimp right now, right?
no, that's
No, there's a different
Yeah.
person.
Oh. It's a different.
Yeah, no. The one that I want to pimp, she listens to me. She's nice.
Okay. But what happened with this whole traveling for a $60 hooker?
Well, fuck. So I was like up late one night, and then I was like, fuck it. I was like, I can't see because like I have a bad like sex. Like when I went to rehab, I went for mainly booze, and then I went for coke, and then I went for. By the way, let's get a bag after this.
But the booze was like the biggest problem.
Booze is the booze brings me into all the bullshit.
Oh, right.
Well, actually, what brings me into the bullshit is the drinking, and then I meet the girl, and then when the girl comes around, the coke comes around.
Right.
And then once the coke's around, it's like, oh my god, it's like I gotta fight it for like fucking 2 or 3 months.
What the fuck is
Or
up with
like a
women
month.
introducing coke in our lives?
Yeah.
It's that coke
Yeah.
that just doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Dude, my ex introduced me to coke.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's the
Dude,
lack of
They
responsibility.
need you addicted to them.
There's
Yeah.
something about the woman, like. and
Well,
they
no,
bring
you
coke.
know, you know
Dude,
what
it
it
was
is.
this chick I was dating back in like 2011 that introduced me, this Russian chick
Yeah.
that fucking got me on it, and it was like the next 10 years of fucking.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's something to that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave.
Well, that's how I got introduced
Yeah.
with coke too. Actually, was a woman.
So you're fucking lonely
Like,
one night.
just looking. Well, no, I was at our apartment. I was like, fuck, man, and I was like, I'm gonna go fucking meet this chick, and I'm like talking to this chick, and she's sending me pictures, and like she sent me a fucking. So I wasn't. She's like, I need a deposit for tomorrow, and I'm like, I fell for that one before. I was
Fool me
like,
once.
yo. I was like, no,
Hooker me twice.
no. I was like, no, $300. $300 is how hard I fell for that one.
This scam.
Like, no.
I'm the snicker 2-minute tag.
So
I promised myself last night.
Yeah. So I'm getting her to send me fucking all these videos and shit and whatever, and then, but I get her to send me a video of her saying my name.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, she's real at least.
Yeah.
She could just AI that shit. Just get like an
It's a Russian troll farm.
Cortez AI.
Jared, hate to ruin the story, but I get scammed at the end, buddy. So just let me get there.
Yeah, but I'm showing you other ways in which you will be scammed.
So I fucking get her to send these things or whatever. So I sent her, what was it, 60? What did I say, Jared? 60 or $70?
Well,
Or $60?
yeah.
So it wasn't too
It was
bad.
60 USD, right?
Yeah, it was $60.
It was keys.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
He has a whole escort service.
So-
Just a phony escort service where he's just
him on every
scamming
line.
lonely
Yeah.
comedians.
Yo, straight up guy, you got those videos.
Yo, man.
I got the chat logs,
Yeah.
doggy.
Yo, I hooked you up, bro. I hooked you up, man.
You're being
So-
blackmail player.
She's
I
like,
own you, player.
Yeah.
well, here's the thing. As I told Jared this, is like, I thought it was like too good to be true because like, okay, one time I get this hooker. She said she's a nurse, and I'm like, it was like a Tuesday at 3 a.m. She's like, I do shift work,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, whatever. But $60, yo, this chick blew me, gave me a massage, gave me beers, and gave me coke. And
What's
she
her
was
number?
Hot. I know, dude. That's like a rarity. And this girl,
Doesn't
like,
exist,
this
yeah.
girl here, she was like Turkish and she couldn't speak English that well. So like, I've had some good, you know, like that's a good fucking deal, man. And like no condom either. She sucked my dick like bear. So she's like, yeah, you'll only be 60 or whatever, and you come here and you can fuck me. And she's like, we can, you know, fuck for like, half hour, 45. She's like, I don't mind hanging out though. She's like, would you mind bringing me some wine? So now I'm really thinking this is real, right?
Because she wants wine.
And I was like, what kind of wine do you want? And she's like,
What a
surprise me.
gentleman.
So I fucking get her 2 kinds of wine.
With some cheese and grapes.
I did. I get the red. I get the
charcuterie
yo. I get the red. I get the red and I get the fucking white. And then I bought a couple coolers
like
and then a
Grey's
couple
Anatomy.
beers.
Did you ask for a recommendation when you got it?
So, like,
Chilean or Spanish?
no, but here's the thing, so she's like, we live in Etobicoke, right? So I was like, okay, what's your address? And she's like, yo, I live in Scarborough. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, because I don't drive, right?
So many sorry, go on.
So like, yeah. So like, I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, okay, but she's texting me the whole time, and it's like, dude, on the GO train, it was like an hour and like 40. So I had to take the GO train from my place, and then I had to get a bus, and the bus was like 30 minutes. So it was about 2 hours each way. And then I get to right before I get to her house. Right before I get to her house, what she sends me, I'm like, "Yo, I'm here," and she's like, "Hey, I need you." She's like, "I think you're a cop," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I've been talking to you for the last day and a half.
She'd be like, "Yeah, but I'm off duty."
And yeah. She's like, "I think you're a cop," and I kind of believed it too because like the wine thing, and then like she was like, it was a really nice neighborhood, and I'm like, oh, this is a nice house. She's like, yeah. She's like, I live in the basement. And like, I got scammed, buddy, is what happened.
So you finally show up.
Okay, so no, I'm on the way there, and she's like, I think you're a cop. I'm really worried about you. So this is the best part about the fucking story, is I'm like, well, like, I'm fucking coming there, because she gave me the address. She's like, no, you're fucking not. Like, I need another $100 to prove you're not a cop. I was like, I'll give you $100 as soon as I get in the door. I was like, you're not fucking me over. She's like, no, you're not coming to my door. I was like, fuck it. So I go up and I knock on the door.
Oh.
And I'm just sitting there waiting.
Like a cop.
Dude,
I'm not a cop. We're going to get my dick.
This fucking dude, I swear to God, this isn't even live. This fat Indian guy walks out. He's bald and he's like, yes. I was like,
are you David?
No, you never told me this part of the story.
I didn't tell you this part?
No.
Oh, this is the best part. I was like, is Samantha here? And he's like, who the fuck is Samantha, dude?
Some man, huh? Some man, huh?
I was like, yeah, Samantha, like, I'm so, like, she lives in the basement. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you saying, man? Get the fuck off my lawn. And I just have a bag of wine and fucking, like, booze on my breath. And then he probably just saw me, like, because he had cameras. I'm just outside smoking for an hour. And she's like, I'll call the police on you. And I'm like, I'm coming knocking on the door. I was like, I don't give a shit. Fucking 2 hours
Wait, so
later.
she thinks you're a cop, but she'll call the police?
No, she didn't think I was a cop. She just didn't want me to. She wanted me to send her money. So yeah.
I know, but like even then.
And I was just like, I'm sorry. And then I was like, you're such a cunt. Next morning, I'm texting her. I swear to God, I wake up and so hungover. I was like, so are you real?
Oh my God. But that's what I.
And then I tried to call the number, and it just went right to voicemail. I was like, she wasn't real.
But that's what I mean.
I like that you like had hope.
That's what I mean about the thinking you're a cop, but saying she'll call the cops thing, but you still thinking she's real. That's what I mean. That didn't give it away at any point.
Dude, I just wanted to believe it so badly.
Yeah.
Yo, that's the thing.
You
Okay,
know
when
what?
you get
Fair
scammed, sometimes it's not. Even people that like send money and like all these scams that are going on, it's not even that you are stupid, but it's you want to believe it so badly that you're willing to let go of logic. And like I was like, and I remember like on past experience, $60 for a hot fucking tail, massage, you know, all this shit. And she was same thing. It was like $70 or $70.
What are you doing here?
Yeah. But, and I just wanted to let it go, man.
Yeah.
And I got scammed. But yo, you know what I did though? On the way back, I stopped off at Union Station, and I went to Chinatown, and I went to my fucking little fucking the girl that I go see.
You missed the best part of the story, Louis.
That's the old Chinese hooker. Right?
Yeah, the old
I was
Chinese
missing
one.
back to it.
So she's like 60 years old, but she got her tits done.
Yeah.
So her face and body is all old and wrinkly, but
Yeah.
she has her tits done nice. And then she always goes like this. She'll like give me a massage, and she'll go, "Okay, you fucky? We fucky? You fucky?"
Oh, shit,
And I'm just like, "Yeah, fucking fucky." fuck, I hate myself.
I'm ready for fucking.
Yeah. And then as soon as you come, you go on the bus, and you're like, I'm gonna start doing blow again, man. At least when I do blow, my dick doesn't get hard, so I don't have to deal with this shit. Like, fuck.
Hey, it's alright. I'll stay. I've been sitting all day, man.
Yeah, no, same here.
You fucky?
So have I, but I can't get enough. Oh, this shit rules.
Yo, that's
I
the
like-
thing though.
I like standing.
If you do needles, your dick doesn't go soft for some reason.
Oh, sick.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I like how that first thing you say is, oh, sick.
Yeah, when I first started doing
Yeah.
blow, my dick was always hard, but then
Yeah.
the more I did it,
No,
yeah,
no,
it
no.
just
But
kinda
with needles,
went away.
with
that
needles,
talent went away.
The more it ruined my body.
Yeah, then I like scrambled
Yeah.
myself badly.
yeah, I hate that.
Magic trick failed.
Yeah. Now to stay hard, I have to think of other women I've been with. That's the cocaine.
Char is just like, I gotta take the edge off of this shit. Holy fuck.
Yes, actually, yes.
One time I got this one hooker, man,
Yeah.
and she was like 19, like, so I was 23 at the time. So I was at this coke dealer's house, and his wife just left him
Yeah.
because he was like, you know, being a coke dealer and being crazy. And I'm hanging out with her. I'm like, yo, dude, would you mind if I like order a hooker? So I get this hooker to come over, and dude, she was legit.
Like
it was
it's Uber Eats.
it was an out, yeah, it was an outbound one. So I go into his daughter's room. So I'm in this empty fucking room filled with like princess shit all over the wall, and like pink and everything, and I'm like, this is bad.
What I'm doing
So I'm
is
like
like a
fucking
terrible
her on the
yeah.
floor. And she was hot as fuck. And I was 23 and I was good looking too, but she was beautiful. And she told me that her pimp got her hooked on meth.
Yeah.
Like, and like it was her boyfriend at first, and then he got her hooked on meth. And then now she can't get away, and I'm fucked on coke, right? So I tell her I'm gonna save her life.
Yeah.
And like I tell her like I'm gonna be there for her, and like we're gonna do this together.
What's up with guys who buy
Yeah.
sex that
Dude.
say, I'm gonna save you?
Yeah.
You're
No.
buying me right now. You're saving me.
And I'll never.
How many other women are you trying to
Dude,
save?
yo, shut up. Listen to
Got a
this.
couple other women to save
Shut up.
tonight.
Shut up.
back for you.
Okay, I'll never forget this dude.
Yeah.
So we went over the time, and like my phone's buzzing, her phone's buzzing, and I just remember like I'm like my dick is like an inch. It's so small, and I'm
So
just like
bigger than before.
I'm aggressively jerking off,
Hey, Louis,
and
can I
I'm
hit some of that
I'm
shit?
holding her face. And I remember, I'll never forget. I look up, and I just see Cinderella's eyes. And I'm just like, oh my god. And I bust a nut on this chick's face, and just like everything comes into me. And then, yo, so that was it. And she leaves. And then me and my buddy are just up doing coke all night. And then it was like 7 a.m. and we're still fucked on blow. I get a text from this girl, and she's like, so-and-so beat the shit out of me last night because we went over my time and you didn't pay me. Do you think you can still help me out? And I never talked to her again. I blocked her.
I'm gonna save you.
Like-
So I'm not gonna pay the difference.
Dude, that's dude.
I'm gonna let your pimp murder
I
you.
have dude, because of that, I have 3 more lifetimes in hell. Just because of that, man.
Yeah.
That's
you're
fucking
good.
bad, man.
Imagine being released from hell.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You're just there for
I was
2
actually
billion
kinda
years.
starting to like it.
Yeah.
You just
You
get
sure?
released.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Hell is funnier
Wow.
for sure. Hell is funnier.
Yeah.
There's no way hell isn't funnier.
It definitely isn't.
It's the worst fucking thing.
Excruciating pain all
No.
the
You can't even
time.
imagine.
No, hell is funnier.
Try to imagine.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
You can't.
What, you
Life
think-
is,
you
real
think
life
living
is
in
funnier
bliss-
than hell.
you think-
Sure.
Dude, this is hell, bro.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. Well, you haven't lived enough, dude.
Since you
Like,
got here.
come on, man. Yeah. This is hell, dude. We are living slave labor in Camden.
Nah,
like,
Dave,
this
it's
is
what
hell.
I told you. It's your decisions that make it look like hell sometimes. Overall, it's whatever you want it to be. You know?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it can be great. You just gotta like not.
And hey, it's me too. It's my
Come on,
fuck
hocus
ups that make it
face.
look like hell sometimes too. You know, it's all.
Just
of
stop
us.
getting hookers. Maybe be less hellish.
Well, here's the thing, too, man.
Yeah.
I went for a date with this nice girl, and then like it was nice and everything, but I was just like,
Thinking about that.
I was trying to convince myself. Remember that Jared, the Aaron girl? She was actually really sweet, the nanny.
Which one?
And I was like, she's a hooker, isn't she? She's a hooker. I was trying to convince myself she's a hooker. Remember that one?
Which one?
The one, the Asian girl.
Oh, the one that.
Yeah,
cared about
she's not a hooker. She messages me all the time. She's like, how come like we don't go on like a nice date or whatever? And I'm just like, cause you're fucking boring, man. Like I can't like you just like shut up. Like you just.
You need to get into like
Like-
police altercations for it to be interesting.
Well, because then the sex, like, okay, yo, so my buddy asked me this, and this is true twice. So my buddy's like, dude, you have a restraining order with this girl? Why are you hanging out with her? I was like, yo, listen here, buddy. I was like, the sex is already good. I was like, now the Canadian government is saying it's illegal for us to be within 200 feet of each other.
Yeah.
And now I'm inside her.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Do you
know how
understand?
great
Do you
that
understand
feels?
that fucking how hot that is? Like, that's fucked up, bro,
Damn.
but that's fucking
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
That's really
How have
funny.
you
Yeah.
not gotten her pregnant yet?
Yeah. Oh, I did 3 times last
Oh,
year.
shit,
Last year.
really?
3
Yeah,
abortions,
you just
bro.
abort some
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 3 from me, 15 in
This
total.
guy had a full
Fucked up.
family with this
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I've only known her for a year, like
And it's
just
never
over a
even
year.
that easy too. Whenever you get her pregnant, she's like, "I'm keeping it. No, I'm aborting it. No, I'm keeping it."
He aborts a whole bunch.
And then I'm just like walking around the apartment. I'm like, Jared, I really think she's gonna keep it this time, man. I really think she's gonna keep it this time, man. And Jared, yo,
down the
after
hallway.
the second time, he's like, dude, fucking shut up, man. Like, I'm tired of hearing about this, man. Like,
I kind of get it now. I
Yeah.
get it now. I
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
now. You need excitement.
yeah. Well, no, fuck.
He's a gambler.
What's up? What's it? What's this?
It's a joint.
Oh. I thought you wanted to hold hands for a second.
Or share cigarettes.
Yo, I
if
just
we're
got
dating.
deja vu. Yo, do you want to grab a small bag though tonight? Well, like go splits on it.
Diego does.
Well, yeah, we'll do 40 each.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, fuck,
So all your girlfriends are talking.
You're not doing
about
it
this.
here, by the way. You gotta go.
man. Yeah.
No, I didn't say we'd do it here.
Alright.
Let's go to your job.
Oh.
Just do it at his desk.
Yo, what time is it?
The
What time is it? What
LCD.
time is it?
It's 9:30.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, we're good. Yo, can you ask them to split it up in 2 bags or no?
No. I don't want that. I don't even want any that much, actually. I just want to do a few other lines.
Yeah, me too, actually, man.
Oh.
Dude, I did fucking blow a fucking few months back, and I'm like
It's not good.
fighting her back, buddy.
It's the worst drug.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with cocaine
Didn't you go
unless
on the
there's
mission
no
to
more
Miami?
cocaine.
Yeah. And
The only thing wrong with
found out it
cocaine
was
is
the
when there's
worst
no more.
drug.
This is where he developed that opinion.
It used to be great. It used
Yeah.
to be nice and clean and pure.
When
but
black people didn't sell it to you. That's when it was amazing.
That's like the most like funny, ironic thing. 2 Spanish-speaking men, and they're buying drugs off non-Spanish-speaking black guys. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
That's
This
actually
is how
really
bad
funny.
we were jonesing for it.
it was so bad. They were
We
just
were desperate. Dude,
just
we were desperate.
talking loudly on South Beach, like sitting at some like neon thing, like what are we gonna get? And I'm just like, can you shut the? Can you be quiet? Can you lower your fucking voice? And then like Lee was like, no, because if like we had it your way, we'll just have a nice evening and we wouldn't do without the need for drugs.
That's hilarious.
That was the worst. Worst case
It was
scenario.
up to you.
Worst case scenario, we have a
no
nice
fun.
evening without the need for. Also, we had drugs as well, but just different drugs that like. You just...
Lewis was so nervous, his eyes were quivering. He just kept looking at us.
I wasn't nervous. I was waiting for you to get scammed, which I guess you did.
And I did, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Twice.
I really did.
You got scammed twice.
You know what?
And the worst was the first scamming because I got scammed. But when I got scammed for, I lost.
Did they just take your money, or did they give you?
No! He gave us the coke.
He scammed
and then,
himself.
and then I know where we lost it. We're leaving the beach. And me and fucking Matt are like on this piece of wood that's like poking out of the ground. Like, let's just do a line here.
Oh my god.
And,
Like a
and then
fence post.
there, it must have dropped. Because after we left the beach and did a line, couldn't find it.
That's the worst.
He was so mad. It was so funny.
Yo, this is why I love you, Lee. So, like, besides probably Jared, because Jared is like my best friend. But everyone I love hanging out with, I'm not allowed to hang out with them.
Yeah.
And you're like that. Like if me and you hung out a lot, it would be like bad for the community. You know what I mean? Like it would be like
It's like a circle of destruction.
Yeah.
It would cause problems for
If you
people.
hit, you get vaporized. A little bit further out, bruises, buildings get knocked over.
Like Jared helps me keep in check, but me and you are like, yo, want to do it again?
Do this.
yeah.
Do you want all the sage? I don't like sage.
Me and
Oh, I
you
would
would like.
love that. I
I
would love
hate
that.
That would be fun
sage,
as
and
shit.
we always give
Yeah.
it away.
Like,
at the
we
It
would
would
wedding.
be really,
I just don't
it would
fuck
end
with it.
horrible.
Dude, okay, here.
Well, I
I gotta tell you
burn
this.
some
I
every
gotta
time
tell you
Dave
this.
tells a
All
hooker
my
story,
best friends,
so, yeah, I'll
Just,
fucking
you're
all
just
of
gonna
us
have
that
to
have
do
hung
it
out,
in a pot because this
like
is
the
not
ones
tight.
that I ran the
But,
hardest
like,
with,
please take
Is it,
one of us ended up dying.
It's just
Yeah.
Guess what? It wasn't me.
It's
Yeah,
like
there you go.
bubbly.
Yeah.
So
Between
you
us
just put it in
both.
the
Yeah,
pot.
yeah.
It'll
Like-
probably
I
not be
literally
you
don't
again.
conversation
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I used to burn
Yeah.
it and shit, but I'm
No,
like,
but you
I just took it.
Yeah.
I don't know what
because
to
it
say.
was
Like
free.
sometimes you
Yeah,
have so
yeah.
much fun, you forget about everything.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
goes really
Well,
well.
that's the
The
problem
best
with me
sounds
and
fun
you.
is
I
you forget
put a
about
little
everything.
bit.
Yeah.
I put a little
What's the
bit,
problem with
and
me
then,
and
like,
you though is we would totally do that. Like
But like, I
we would
just
just be
don't
like,
go
let's
through
forget
it.
about everything,
I go
and
through
then
it.
like when it
just
comes
easy.
down,
No, I love it.
it's
man.
like,
Yeah.
dude,
Every time
look
I
at
cook
everything we
chicken, I
did.
put a
Oh,
little
good.
bit of
You'll
sage.
have a
Do you-
lot. It's
I
like
talked
your
to my girlfriend recently about it, and what's my girlfriend?
Oh, you got a
Who I
girl?
talked to?
You got a
Yeah.
girl?
Yeah.
I got
And
it.
it was almost like I just
No,
know
I
how
got a
to.
shit ton
Oh,
of
you're
killed
fine.
girls.
I just know how to
But
shut
the
off
Richard does it.
consequences.
Yes.
Okay.
I know how to shut off what I should worry about, and I just
Yeah.
don't. I pretend like it's not real. And I've been
Yeah.
doing it so long that it's not even an effort
The
anymore.
case of the fuck
I
it's,
just
man.
don't care.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
I think I do what I think I need to do, and then oftentimes I'm like when I'm doing something bad, I'm like
Fuck. it.
consequences don't exist.
Yeah, yeah.
I've gone away with this so many times.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll surely get away, which is like the most retarded way of living. But I can't
But here,
help it anymore. I've gone too.
I'll tell you.
I've gone
I'll
too
tell you
far.
this though. I'll tell you this. So I did this with whores.
Yeah.
So I was always like, I want batter. I want batter. I want batter. Next thing you know, I'm in jail.
Yeah. Because it gets
And
worse
guess what,
until it
dude?
gets
And then
terrible.
like the sex too. That's why I don't watch porn anymore.
Yeah.
I don't watch porn because it has to get worse and worse and worse. I'm like, how come this girl's not crying and there's not a fucking horse dick in it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Why isn't that horse her uncle?
I'm like, or like I'll watch like old, like sometimes not even old porn. I'll type in old fat granny porn. Like I'll be really specific about it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Dave, even for you, this is fucking bad. And I'm just sitting there jerking off, and I'm like, holy fuck. Man.
Well, disgusted
Well,
with
it's,
yourself.
oh, I know, and that's what makes me come too. And then I meet a nice girl, and she's like, I really like you. I'm like, shut up. Sitting there trying to thumb it in. You're so annoying. No, I'm serious, man. That's sick. I swear to God. No, not even.
So it's gotta be like disgusting.
Like, it's horrible.
Well, no, it has to
Attracted
fucking.
to
It
Not
has.
even,
Well,
I don't think disgusting is even the word.
well, when it get. Well, no, I'm like that with everything, man. When it gets rolling, like even chocolate milk, dude. When it gets rolling, I'm drinking fucking 4 liters of chocolate milk a day by the end of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's always fucking more. You know?
Well, it's like anything that's
Whatever.
satisfying.
Yeah.
You just you
Yeah.
get it like
Yeah.
you overindulge in
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
It's that
I
addictive personality.
I was me and Jared were talking about it last night, and the guy from my rehab, I was like, so he went to rehab to get off heroin, and he got off heroin with doing coke, and then he got off the coke with drinking, and then he's in rehab for the fucking 3rd time,
Yeah.
and I'm laughing so hard. He's like, for fuck's sakes, I can't win, man.
So
And
it's almost like a drug version of those Looney Tunes
Yeah.
episodes where they
Yeah.
use like the tiger to
Yeah.
get rid of the elephant and the fucking.
Yeah. But I asked him though, I was like, yo, what's the worst drug to be addicted to? You know what he said to me? He's like, honestly, man, you know what the worst drug to be addicted to is? Whatever the fuck it is you're addicted to, because it's all terrible.
Yeah.
The one you're addicted
Like,
to.
fuck, man.
It does suck ass, man. When you think
Yeah.
of the shit.
Oh, it does,
suck
man.
fucking
But
ass.
it's fun too, though, like in a way, because like,
It's like
you
a
have
game. You got to top up on.
oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, like when you
Yeah.
do get the dopamine
Yeah.
moments, that is like some
Yeah.
pretty dope shit.
When you just stave off
yeah.
the sweating.
Yeah.
I've only really been addicted to like pills, like Valiums and
Yeah.
stuff.
Fuck
Xannies.
pills, man.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate the sleepiness. I want to be like,
Yeah.
It's playing Russian roulette now.
I want to be
I'm
rock
not
and
into
roll.
pills because I forget that I take them. Like it takes a while for them to like do whatever. To the point I've been drinking, I've been smoking, and I forgot that I did them.
Yeah.
Like it
That's
just
a
feels like
dangerous
I have to be
combo.
patient for pills. I'm impatient.
I'm with like
I want it now.
I'm with like
Yeah.
anti-anxiety pills. If you drink with them, you just completely black out memory.
Yeah.
It's like weird.
Yeah.
You have like a whole night and you just don't really. You get into like fun adventures, but you don't really.
I
remember.
prefer the journey of blacking out. Like I'm drinking.
And then go sing the night together.
Exactly.
And stuff,
Like,
yeah.
I like that.
The
remember when
flashbacks that come 2
Dave,
weeks
when
later.
we went out and I blacked out that night, and I woke up
The
and
dentist
in the
was good,
backyard, I
actually.
just had
He
all
took
these
the time
stolen
to help me
plants
for
from
free.
like all over Lakeshore that I just ripped out of displays, and I
You
just
just
placed them.
ransacked the fucking.
Yeah, and I just placed them neatly in a circle around the fire pit,
I don't
so I
even
could
remember
like
that.
repot them in the morning.
I don't
Yeah,
even remember that.
I stole a whole bunch of them.
I don't even remember that. With
Because
me?
you were gone at that point. You were still at Dimitri's,
okay.
and I was running around just stealing shit. And then those young girls or whatever that we were telling we were gay and in a domestic dispute, they're like, "Where's your boyfriend?" And I was like, "Fuck him, I hate him. By the way, I'm not gay anymore
Because of him.
Now fuck me."
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, I was stealing plants and shit at that point.
What a hilarious thing.
Yeah.
And I
to go
kept them
next to.
alive. They're all still alive.
Yo,
How do you
after,
kill the plants?
yo, after that though, Jared's like, yeah, I'm quitting drinking again.
Yeah. But that's how it should be. I'm quitting drinking for a bit.
Yeah.
You know, like to be completely sober the rest
Take
of your
a
life.
month off. Oh,
There's nothing
October's
gay
coming
about
up.
People go like, I'm such an addict that the next time I have a drop of alcohol, I'm gonna die. It's like, quit being so dramatic.
Well, I don't know,
like,
man.
Come on,
Fuck.
man. I don't think so.
This is like New York gay. Like if I see a guy this deep,
I don't know,
that's
man.
why I can't.
I don't
It's
believe
kinda how it
because some
is.
people live in extremes.
But some people
Right?
might not. Some people have to keep.
But you know what happened? You know why it took that? I've been sober 15 years. The reason why you're gonna kill yourself next time you drink is because you waited
He's
15 years to
basically
drink again.
talking about, like,
Oh.
If you just
yeah,
been fucked up
Justification for an
a year,
addiction.
give it a year after that, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you could have a lot of relapses,
No,
and you'll
that's
live a
why,
much
like,
longer
I-
life.
I have a
I
hard
was
time
sober
even doing
12
it every
years,
now
and then you go
because-
off that and you kill
Yeah.
yourself. You deserve it.
I understand.
I did
Yeah.
I did 3 weeks off
long-term
booze and
kinda
weed
shit.
recently,
Yeah.
and it was
It's
great.
like,
Like
I
I
have
was
the
just
same
like
problem with
clear,
other things. You
got
do
work
little.
done. But the thing is, that's like a drug in itself, like the kind of being sober
you don't want to.
drug.
And
because
I've
you
done
work
it where,
out,
like,
you
it's
kind of
just a
like,
binge,
but
right?
you
Where
can't
you're,
sustain
like,
that. You just
not
can't be like a
that
weird
serious.
guy.
Dude, that tickle's gonna come about. You're like, oh
Yeah.
man, I got it. And you know what happens when you do? You have the
I
greatest
understand
time
that
ever.
Literally, that
Then
happened.
you have
So
the greatest
I
time
did,
ever.
I did 3 weeks without
Even if I make the
drinking.
decision one
So like I
time,
just
it
like hustled
modifies my
hard at work.
behavior in a
And then
longer
on the
term
last
in a way
day,
that I don't
got like a
recognize,
bunch of
so
stuff
now I'm
in.
making decisions
And then it was
outside
bank
of that one
holiday, so
decision.
then I went
Like, all
drinking
these
with.
wrong
They're already
ones
going for
kind of
beers
thing
at
that
the
are
pub below.
informed by that one
And
slip
so
up
like
kind
3
of
weeks,
shit, right?
no
Yeah, and
drinking,
it's
no
like-
weed. I started
Like,
drinking beers
here's-
after a good solid day of
That's-
working from like 7 to like
Now then,
5.
to reconcile
Like a
that
good
with,
solid
like,
day,
a
I got some like
Christian
money, and I was like,
behavior where, like,
this
I'm
is fucking
literally
sick.
in a
Yeah.
community
And then I got
where
invited
go,
to
like,
like
I hang out with
do the
people like
bottle
this, and that's
service
good
thing.
because
So
people
then the
can
next
hear
night,
it.
me and Jared
But
went with these
I'm like, you're not
Asians
inviting these
Yeah.
and
people
had
to your
bottle
dinner
service and
table.
just like drank
You
like
know what we gotta do,
shots.
man? We
Nothing
gotta
wrong
go to
with that.
Woodbine
We
and
love
watch
it,
horses
right?
race in
But
town.
it's like,
It was
like they
it was sick.
So-
And grab a bag.
Everyone keeps saying that.
Dude,
My
horse
favorite
racing-
writer-
I haven't watched horses
My
race
favorite-
since I was
Oh,
like
dude,
a
I
kid.
love that.
My
But they're
favorite
so
writer
fun to
does
watch.
that.
So-
My favorite writer,
Did
that's
you-
the
dog
thing.
racing
is good as well.
Did you
Yeah,
see
it's just racing in general.
They just
Yeah.
rebuilt that new casino.
I
a
love
couple
very
months. It's
upright
like, I think it's spent like
Christian.
$2 billion on it.
Where is
C3
this?
is a little bit more like
It's in Moulton. It's across
loosey-goosey,
from the
and it's
airport.
more like very.
Moulton.
But let's check
very
out a horse
Toronto
race.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
They have like
I'm down.
Right, the
Yeah.
congregation
Where's this
is
called?
huge,
Coburg?
and it's
I think
all
it's called
Props to God.
Well,
Yeah,
it's fucking.
it's very.
It used to be
it's
called
very-
Woodbine, but
it's
it's a new name
very
for it.
Is
Toronto
Woodbine
church.
still around?
But there's a
It's
new
a
name
very
for it now. It's
Toronto
not like
church.
the Canadian like
Pentecostal
national.
church.
Yo,
whatever.
Look,
Lewis, by the way, you're
Dropkick explained
you're
that.
so
Like, there's lots of
enticing when you
Indians,
speak.
which is good
Yeah?
to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's good.
You
Facts.
sound like a mother reading a
We
story
have
and you feel love
a lot of expat
when you talk.
And also, he has a big
The next
vocabulary, so he knows
Yeah.
the right words.
Because
He's
there's
not like
24
fucking
It's not no, but
Punta
it's not
bitch and
just
that.
it's not just the
This
accent.
is
It's
what's
the
coming
cadence and the timing and the.
Obviously,
Thanks,
African
man.
Christians
It's how it goes.
It helps you in sales for sure.
It's very
Like,
enticing.
voodoo or
Yeah.
It's very
something.
enticing when you speak.
And
Helps me
when
in
I talk to
sales,
the
gets me to,
African
like, you
girls
know,
about
Get
spirits,
them
I-
on
you know,
a
those-
track
they're
where it's
very
like, man, I
into
gotta
it.
do
I'm always
Like,
sitting
if
there-
I
It's the
say
type of
demons, they're
accent,
like,
the
yes.
type of tone
And
and
then if I
voice,
talk
and
to,
the
like,
way
a
he
white
speaks
girl or,
that
like,
makes you think,
someone who's Catholic,
there's
they're
no
like,
way this
"Oh,
guy
I
is
didn't
lying to
think
me.
that he was gay."
Like,
Demonize.
everything
Would I lie to you?
Everything
Would
checks
I
out.
lie?
No, Lewis, you would never lie to me.
Last night, trying to
I lost everything.
I'm just
I don't
sitting
even be
there.
honest.
I'm just sitting there the whole time, and I'm like looking over at Lee, and I'm just like,
Yeah. No,
he's a
it's
fucking
cool.
cunt. I'm just joking around. I'm just joking.
Fair enough.
But,
That means a lot. That means a big up.
Big up Dave.
Yeah.
Respect,
Well,
John.
you know what?
Dave
That's the
MacInnis.
thing, though.
Big up Jay.
Okay, I don't like when people are passive aggressive, but if people that I like were mean to each other,
Yeah.
like if I'm not mean to you or like we don't poke fun, then you can fuck off.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
sometimes I hear
Yeah,
shit being
yeah.
talked about some of my
Yeah.
friends, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
Like,
And sometimes it
you're
hurts,
like,
and which
just
makes it funny.
Like, I like to hear about my
Yeah.
friends getting made fun of. You're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, they do
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
that.
Dave, you do that thing where like you ask
That's
Prescott
funny.
the same thing,
Yeah.
like, so what's the deal with you? What's the
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
cut to the bullshit.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we had the same thing when we went to that we're at Moonlight Pub and went to the other bar, which I was trying to find the name of today, by the way, because I kind of liked it, but I couldn't find.
Oh,
the
the
name
cool
of it.
place. Yeah, that was really comfortable. That place.
What was that place? It wasn't the place with the gay music. It was like,
It
we're
was
like,
that was
nah,
the
the
other
gay
place.
music. Yeah, me and Luz had a night, boys.
we had like 2 drinks there. It was alright.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like, let's cut the shit. What? Let's get to the root of it.
What? Well, yeah, fuck, man. You got to, man.
Yeah,
I'm so sick and
but-
tired of hanging out with people that like.
That
Like,
have no
I don't
story.
care if you're
Also-
wrong, man, but like, let's get to
Let's
like
get to
fucking
the-
let's fucking
Have
talk
no
about
story
let's
and
have
are
some
willing to make
fun
new
here.
What do you
stories.
actually believe?
Yeah,
Let's
like,
get to
yeah.
it. Let's just like cut the shit out.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with like
Yeah.
sales as well. It's like you have to get to the point as
Yeah.
quick as possible.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to say some like crazy shit to like get them on board.
Yeah.
No,
But
but
then
that's
you
the
have
thing
to
with
be
you guys.
like-
So, you guys are all comics. You all understand this better than me. You guys
I
are
just
able
hate
to.
wasting
Oh,
time.
No, but you
So
guys
much.
are right to your bullshit, and you
You
call
need to
people out on their
finally
bullshit
easily
immediately.
make
Like, there's,
friends.
it's the most. That's why it's so much fun.
I think
Like,
comics are
I've
just
wanted this for a
impatient.
few years, and
Right.
I found it
We're just impatient.
so
We want to
big a
get to
deal.
the
It's like for
get to the
camping and
truth.
shit.
Get to the.
So it like
I'll never
it's
forget.
like
Remember when we were hanging out at the Royal
it's
one
like,
night? Bankus, I guess, has been to the States for a couple months,
And
and
it's
just
like
shows
a
up.
lifetime warranty.
And there's maybe
If you
like
ever
20 of
find
us sitting
anything
outside
fucking
and just
fuck.
stares
Even
down
LLB
like
took their shit
Baxter.
Yeah.
Like, fuck is wrong with this guy?
Oh, he walked
like
up and he was
hard
like,
to
just
talk.
disgusted with everyone.
I like Bankus, man.
But that's the thing is,
I get along
and
with
then
him. Good.
immediately everyone just started going after each other. It's like, that's the best part about comedy. Is like,
Well, here's the thing: is like,
if
if you have a certain mentality, you want to say so many things in your regular life that might like fuck you up, but might like actually damage your. But in comedy, you assume everybody's just funny. And everybody's just like, if you're gonna be in any circle at all, to just say what you want, it's this one. Regardless if this guy's gonna get it or not. You're just gonna be like, hey, I think this, I'm just gonna say it because this is what we're doing, right? And people aren't gonna like you, and they're not
Yeah.
supposed to. I think that everybody in comedy should be enemies at least once. And then years go by,
That's true.
and if you're still like around in comedy,
Yeah.
and you run into each other, like, hey, it's been 8 years since I've hated you, and now we're in a green room at Just for Laughs, and now we're getting along and laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, I fucking hated your guts for 8 years, but now like we get to actually hang out and talk shit, and we're like, oh yeah, you're a piece of shit just like me, but I didn't like the way you did it when we first met. So that's the whole thing. I can be friends with everybody in this community at some point. Definitely not right now, but at some point we could be friends, maybe. So like people say they hated Shanty. Shanty has only ever been nice to me while I was like innerly disgusted by her.
Oh, chant.
Right? She gave me all that free beer.
But
You know what
she-
I mean? But she's repulsive, but
But she's like,
at the same time.
hey, how you doing?
She
You
rigged
got a
the bake
spot
off for
tonight?
me.
Good for you. I'm like, oh, she's being nicer than she is with other people that I see.
She rigged the whole bake-off.
So there, yeah. Fuck her for that.
Lee was the other contestant.
Because I was on the ball.
When I heard she raped other female comics, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to like her.
Right?
And then
Oh
she
my God.
I'm like,
disappeared.
that's the coolest thing I know about her now.
You actually became a dude. Somebody wrote that joke like, oh, actually, Shanty's a man for 17 minutes and actually becomes a man and starts raping female comics.
Oh my
That's
God.
fucking so
That is really
And
funny.
hitting them and
Yeah.
shit. She achieved all the dreams that you couldn't do.
Yeah,
Remember how
exactly.
that also
I was
Oh my
never
God.
brave enough. I was
yeah,
never that brave.
Yeah, you were never man
Remember
enough.
how
I
that
can't
shit-
be brave
It took
like
a
that.
chick to become a dude.
Remember how that shit all
Like,
started
beat up
too?
chicks
Because
for
she
you.
fucking shit on Louis C.K.?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
all happened
That's
because
where
of
it came
that
out.
fateful post.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she just had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
She
pipe
fled.
up.
She fled the
Yeah.
fucking
She
scene.
tried to punch up way too hard.
Yeah. Whatever. Wherever you are, Shanty, we need you back.
I know, eh?
Come back
That's
to
what
the
the
scene.
Toronto scene's missing, buddy.
Come headline keys.
It's hitless.
Hey, hut.
Oh my
I
god.
wonder what they did to Shandy's tits. I wonder what they
I would buy them.
I know. I guess we go to the Smithsonian.
We were there.
They feed
I was
them to
there
chickens.
at Comedy Bar when Chanty, and I didn't know because I was just dating him.
The
Right?
good chickens,
So
the vegan
Chanty did a whole. It was like
the
this
vegan
whole
chickens,
presentation, and there were
chickens.
chickens.
The plant-based chickens.
And he was like,
Yeah, the vegan
as if I
and
was
the
like, you're my
plant-based
brother.
chickens.
Lee, my brother, finally showed me how to shave my face.
That's the
with
easiest
such
way to
hormones,
say it.
and I was like, what the fuck?
We feed
And it was
those
a whole,
They feed 'em to
like a
racing
mirror,
hounds
a
over
big
at the
face
track.
To the
was very
vegan cows.
theatrical.
We feed all those
It was
chicks
like a
and
Buddy
pussies.
from Bad Times theater type, and like she was like
That's like a
pretending
South
to
Park
shave her face
episode
like
or
a
something.
man, and I was like, what the
How
fuck?
repulsive.
And I'm like a chick, like why would I pretend to be
Fucking
like
South
you?
Park's good, eh?
Why would I pretend to be like?
Have you seen some of the
I
new
just
specials?
want to. I'm a real girl.
I've
Why
seen a
would I
few of
wanna be
them,
a
but
disgusting,
God,
fake man? Like I don't want to be like
Which
dirty
one?
and sh- like
Which one?
I've seen
Ladies,
all. So
leave it to the
I'm only bad with the names, but I saw the one that was
You don't want to be
what's
this
that
gross.
energy
You know
drink
why?
that
'Cause
Jake-
Oh,
you have to be
cred.
completely
Yeah,
out
they
of your
cred.
Oh, yeah,
mind.
cred. Oh,
yeah,
with the
yeah.
retarded guy
So
outside?
fucking
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's why
I've been trying to get him to watch it, but he's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, he sells them the counter.
He's like pulling him out of a duffel bag.
We have
He
penises,
did cheap. He's
so
like
our
selling for
shit
like
is outward.
$75.
So we get
There's
really
that
hairy,
one, there's
we
the,
can just
Smoking his
rinse
cigarette.
it off.
Yeah.
Women have all this shit inside.
Like this
and we have shit
retarded.
inside.
Yeah,
It's harder to
there's
get
the
rid of.
one where it's
in my
about,
opinion.
Lizzo?
I think that's the
About
deep
being fat,
rooted
being hooked on
psychology
Lizzo?
behind
Oh, I haven't seen
why
that one.
women are
I've seen
the
that
dirty
one.
women
Oh,
are
okay,
so
so the
dirty.
premise is kind
And
of
why
like
a man is
people,
expected to
I
be
guess
dirty.
women
Because
that are
all
on
dirt
pills
is
to
on
make
the
you
outside,
skinny.
rinse it. It's not
But if
that
you can't get
mentally
prescribed that, then
sickening.
you end up on
A
Lizzo.
dirty woman is
So it's like the
sickening
Cartman ends
to
up stuck
an
on Lizzo.
unforgivable
Yeah, that's-
level.
yeah, of
So
course.
that's my.
There's that one and there's
Yeah, like
one
when
where
That's how it makes sense.
Wait, is that the one where like
Like
when
if
he
you
goes
see,
to
you know,
the
those poor women at
the
gas
calf
stations,
and he
like,
thinks
you know,
he's
those
seen the
ones that
food
are just
differently,
on and out.
and they have to
It's
change
just
the
like-
diet?
they all have
and
food
then
addiction.
And then like
It's all about
the
food
cops have
addiction.
to
No, but
follow
isn't
them
that one though where
and
he has to
her,
they have to
like, I'm
change
so,
the
it's so sad.
the-
like, and you
the-
can't even like
fucking
you
the
know,
diet
you don't know
the
what
diet
happened,
for
it's
all the
just
kids in the
terrible.
schools
I don't
to
know.
accommodate
I don't
Harmon?
care. I just get
Carb-
No, I don't think that was it. No, I
Oh,
think it-
fuck, okay.
then there was another
That
one
one's
about-
funny too.
There was another dispensary.
Last
really-
year, someone
really-
told me there was
that
like a
couple- that was
pregnant
a year and a
16-year-old
half
who's like
ago.
on drugs.
That's
and
all
I'm
they
like,
choose,
yeah,
it's like
like,
choose-
I
yes,
hate the
it's
bear or
disgusting.
the
They're all on
whatever
Paramount Plus, but
farms.
you can get them online.
What is it? Mulberry Farms or what?
Integrity Farms.
Yeah, Integrity
I don't. I
Farms, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like those episodes.
Yeah, with Randy.
They're all alright.
Have you ever seen there was
There was
The
one
one's
that was
funny
like,
when he
I like
murders all
the
the cows.
cocaine one was really funny.
Oh,
When
that-
he's coding like the weed and coke, or he's like selling cocaine to people in South Park on like Christmas time, and they're all getting hooked on blow, but they don't realize it's blow. It's just like the new Integrity Christmas special, and they're all just like jonesing and getting pissed at each other and shit.
No, those. I mean, they're still way. I mean, they're still. I would think they're past the prime, but they're still like really.
Dude, they're like honestly
geniuses.
genius, like hands down,
So
undeniable.
you guys probably have seen this.
Yeah.
You guys know? You guys know Red Rock?
And you go,
Right,
Red
right,
Rock
like,
Theater?
well,
but you're like, well,
So if
it's
you guys,
been,
I think
it's
it's
been 142 days since
just outside
I've
of Denver.
even touched the
There's this
first
massive
I
amphitheater
guess I'll
called
just
Red
deal
Rock,
with this
Yeah.
stench.
and
Yeah.
it seats
Yeah,
I
it's
think
horrible.
5,000-6,000
But like a
people.
gross woman.
And for the 25th anniversary of South Park,
Always.
they did
That's
an
because
entire
it means
video
that no one was taking
Yeah.
care of her.
incorporated with
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
music of all of South
Oh,
Park
yeah.
songs that was done at this amphitheater.
educated.
These guys are amazing.
Who
You can
doesn't
watch
like
it. It's on YouTube. Go
Right.
something online.
Yeah, yeah,
And like,
yeah.
and Red Rock is putting out. It's known as like one of the best amphitheaters.
Yo, you know what? That's
Honestly,
one thing I
I'm
miss
just
about
glad
South Park
like,
that
it's safe.
they had in the early episodes, and that like
Yes.
Chef's gone now, but was like Chef singing songs and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Imagine
That's
That
what
was
this
one
is
of my
about.
favorite
Like,
things
it's
in
all
like
the
the
songs
original
and
He's
all
a
of the
legit.
albums.
I forget his
Yeah,
name,
Isaac
but he's
Hayes.
like-
Yeah. He
He's a
left the
legit
show because
artist.
his Scientology shit.
Like,
But yeah, there was one. It was one of the really early episodes where they're trying to get an elephant and a pig to fuck. So he starts like
First
singing just
season.
like this funky like fucking sex tune, and then invites like Elton John in to sing. Like shit like that was so good. Or he had the prostitute song, and he brings in like James Taylor, like a prostitute sucking, and he has a woman off. They're doing well. Like it's so good.
No, they're incredible. They're
Hey,
so
children.
Hey, yeah, hey, children.
Hey, children.
Love and admiration for it.
But again,
But yeah, I love when we
they
love
can
the
just do
same
specials
shit,
now.
man.
They can do 2-3
Feels so
episodes a year,
good.
That's it. That's all they
It
need to
is,
do.
and like, I
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
now,
right.
Like,
Well, they
honestly,
earned it,
I
man.
even
Yeah,
talked
they've earned
to
their
my
right.
agent
Dude,
They've been
okay.
out since like 1995, 96.
And again, I'd rather that than something like The Simpsons that's trying to way
Dude,
too hard.
The Simpsons is a
And he's
fucking
like,
corpse that's
"Oh,
being
where-
created
what
around a
church are you
room.
serving at?"
That's what I mean.
It's
It's
like
over.
very
Hey.
No one
It's
wants
fucking
it.
over.
It
Because
is.
none of the original
like,
minds
he's like,
that
"Oh, my
contributed to
husband
his
was
success
all
are a
gone."
part
I'm
of the
like, "Oh,
fucking
this is
show
interesting."
anymore.
It's
It's like
embarrassing.
Conan O'Brien and all these
Gay
dudes.
dude that at
It's
one point
fucking,
was
at least with
there,
South Park, they still
and
have
then I
Matt
just
and
asked
Trey
him,
at the
like,
fucking
The
helm of that
originals.
shit.
How do you
Yeah,
deal-
with
what if
Simpsons,
someone
it's just a
struggled
dead
with
body.
same-sex
It's a
attraction?
fucking
Actually, how do
empty
you deal with
husk
that?
of a fucking.
And, I mean, you guys
I'm a
are-
huge Simpsons fan, and I agree.
Yeah,
It's
like,
been dead
it's
for
been
over
dead
a
since
decade.
Season
over a
9,
decade.
man.
Oh, I
Since
can't-
season 9 has been
Why
dead.
would anyone try to watch it
So
now? Like, I
you
stopped,
guys might
like,
know
about
who you
10
guys are, but I know.
And
But
again,
I've heard that
I
there's
younger
people that
and
are
all
still
that,
in
but,
the
like,
South
I
Park
can't watch
Reddit.
I play it like I
That
leave
maybe
it
they
on,
haven't
like
been
when I go to
really
bed,
but
and I'll
they've
wake
come and
up,
gone
and
and
it's
still
just
been
been
around for a
playing all
long
night.
time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it'll be
It's like they still
like
have
a
crew
brand
that
new
it's not like
episode.
it's all new.
And
No,
how
dude,
was it?
I
But
I
they have
I
people like long
Dude.
time friends of theirs that have been
Like,
around.
I don't even remember who it was, but I literally talked to
It's
someone
like
that said that they wrote for South Park, or sorry, their buddy or something wrote for South Park, and they said that
it's gotten so
like,
bad.
so they do have a
what
team of
did-
writers,
what did they say
but he
about
was
it?
like literally
I know, we would-
90% of
I have
everything
no-
that they
And you're
do
embarrassed?
is just from Trey and
I'm
Scott.
like,
Yeah,
Faith in you.
Trey-
And they were like, yeah, they're
How
just
dare
like,
make
they
you
just
laugh.
have them there to like kind of
You know?
brainstorm.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, yeah,
So when it
dude, he's
does
like, I wrote a
have
bunch
that
of things
one
that got
moment of, like,
accepted,
fun,
or
no.
like his friend did or something.
What way?
I forget.
It's the
They help
But,
piece together his
but
thoughts.
he said that
There's
like
no
none of
real-
their shit like it's mainly them. He's like, you're just there to
They almost
brainstorm.
jog. You know, you're almost jogging their creative
Yeah.
minds, kind of.
Yeah, you just brainstorm for them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
But
kind
I mean, they've got it, man. They know what they're doing. It's really
Dude, it's fucking
Yeah.
yeah. It's
No,
amazing.
it's never like, come on, Matt and Trey, you gotta take someone else's idea. You're fucking.
There's no need for that.
Just
Simpsons
strike
did
it
it.
out, boys.
Do you guys ever see that episode?
Yeah.
Simpsons did it. That's a good one. But honestly, yeah, no, they're fucking absolutely fucking phenomenal.
They insulted you?
Dude, that episode, the one of their newer ones is when Carmen's the head of Disney,
Oh,
and they're making fun
yeah,
of
yeah.
put
Oh,
a
yeah,
chick in
that
it
was
and
good.
make her gay.
You're
Like
an
every
idiot.
solution, they're like,
Yeah,
what
like-
should we do about this? He's
I
like,
know, the
we'll
woke-
remake
woke
the same
superheroes
thing
episode.
we made last year,
Yeah,
but we'll
so
put a chick in
that's
it.
the
We'll make her
Simpsons.
gay.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like that's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's all woke superheroes.
Yeah, yeah, it's hilarious, man.
That's
It was
such a
good
weird
when it
combo.
was good.
Yeah, and that's the first 9, 10 and a half. Maybe.
What, Simpsons over there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Can I
dude,
tell you
they
that?
had like fucking Conan O'Brien writing for the show.
Yeah.
Like, they had like
John
really-
Schwartzwelder.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you, so
Dude,
you
there
guys
was
are
that
on
one
this-
guy who, was it Schwartzwelder or it was another guy? He would put a fake name in there and he was like this secret writer kind
John
of guy. You ever heard about this
Schwartzwelder,
dude?
like, who was it? He used to write the Simpsons episodes. When you see, like, he wrote
I
one.
was looking at
There
your
was a
shirt.
time where he used to go to his
Warfire.
favorite cafe, like his coffee shop, and smoke cigarettes and write there.
Are you the
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
And then they introduced this no
You are.
smoking policy.
Oh, that's
So with the
nice.
money he had from The Simpsons, he
Sorry?
recreated
It's very
and
relaxing.
rebuilt
It
No
is.
the diner
way.
next to his
Yeah,
house,
that- no.
just so he could go in there, smoke cigarettes, and
That's
write.
fucking amazing.
It's fucking John Schwartzwelder, dude.
That's
Look him up.
wild
He
shit.
wrote a book which is like almost impossible to find.
Yeah, yeah.
But apparently it's fucking like I don't even know what it's about, but
There
it's
was like
things
one
that's
guy
way
who
up
would
there.
put on like a pseudonym or
there?
some
Yeah.
shit like that. I
Yeah.
can't remember what the
I'll
name
take it
was,
there.
but
Yeah.
I think he would use like a
2.5 years
different
now?
name. But he was
That's
apparently a
nice.
guy who would like come and
Do you
go
have, like,
throughout
how-
like between like
I mean,
1
how
and
do
like
people
8
live
those
their
seasons.
meals?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's a whole
No,
other
but
thing.
I
it's
just
just the
ended up-
staff, the
I
writing
was
staff
there during
for the
COVID.
first,
That was doing my
I guess,
physio.
decade.
Yeah.
Of
Started
the
kind of
series.
talking to people
amazing.
and
So
getting
good.
networking.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
Can't compare to it. It was just
I'll have you out.
even like
I've been
I
trying
think
to get him
South
to do a
Park's
podcast like
hilarious,
that.
even to
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah,
Even the new episode.
We would do it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Yeah, because
beat the
it's
first
just
10 years
it's
of
a
The Simpsons to me.
Yeah.
I belly
I'll tell
laugh
him to bring
still.
it.
Well, that shit's
We'll do it
lightning in a
we'll do it
bottle
this-
kind of
in the
shit.
fall.
Yeah.
Because it not only makes you laugh, it's a cartoon that's
It's
managed
so
to make me
nice out.
fucking bawl my eyes out at scenes too.
Oh,
You know,
like,
it's
it
all-
can really
a
get you
cartoon to do
emotional.
that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the moral to the
It's a
story.
good
all
one.
Yeah,
the time.
and dude, I think Lisa Simpson is the most realistic character ever in any show I've ever seen, and she's
no
not
one
even
likes
a real
her.
person. She's yeah,
And
she's
guess what? Yeah.
Too realistic
Yeah.
in that
inconvenient
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And Springfield stays the same, but Lisa actually grows as a fucking character. She changes throughout time, kind of shit. Even between those first few seasons.
My favorite is was Lionel. The lawyer was my favorite.
He was the best. Dude, when they're at his office and they have that fucking ad that says no money down, and he like tells them like, all right, it's gonna cost blah blah. They meant like, what? But it says no money down. He's like, let me take a look at that. He starts writing on it. No, money down.
Oh wait, that's wrong.
I'm done, girl.
Oh shit. So
I posted a
good.
clip recently on Instagram of Lionel Hutzies and his mom. He's like, "Karen, join me with a swig of scotch." They're like, it's 9:30 in the morning. He's like, "Yeah, well, I haven't slept in days." And he chugs it. And he goes, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, holy shit. Or how he's an alcoholic and David Crosby is a sponsor.
I love
He
you
calls
too,
him
man.
up.
David,
I love you too,
I'm
Lionel.
really tempted.
Don't forget. I love you.
Yeah, take it one day at a time.
I love you, man.
I love you too, man. The best fucking characters, Lionel Hutz.
Or how he's sleeping in their living room and they wake up. Don't touch my stuff! Oh, sorry, this isn't the YMCA.
And how he gets the job. I was just going through your garbage and I couldn't help over here. You needed a babysitter.
Oh my god.
No, he's classic.
Don't you both have a podcast?
No, man.
We kind of rarely do it.
I've seen that episode. That's not funny,
Very
man.
sporadic.
You don't have the work
Best-
ethic of Lee Fernandez.
That episode sucks, dude.
The best episode is any episode with Mo in it.
Yeah,
it's not
yes.
He's my favorite.
a 4-hour podcast.
No, it isn't. It's
Oh,
like
dude.
2
I
hours.
like
Fucking
It's like an hour and a
prank
half.
calls too.
1 hour
Or I love when
23.
the
Oh,
prank
yeah.
call backfires on Bart
That's
because
good.
everybody
Wrap it up.
Thank you for listening.
We are done for the day, man.
Yeah,
Let's go drink some cervezas.
Yeah. We're an episode ahead. And best part, no Sanker.
Oh, well, good luck.
Peace.
What a nice young
Yeah, we're gonna do.